Hey guys, I have not done a video in a while. I took the weekend off to go see the children, so it's about time that I come back and did some more of these Vietnam heroes. So I'll do the update like I always do, but I'm doing it different this time. Since I'm not at work, I can't use my big computer, so I'm using my laptop and using Google Photos. Usually I use the big computer and then use my phone to show their photos, but this time I'm using the best I can do is just using my computer, so it's not going to be as good quality, but I needed to make a video because it has been almost a week, and I would have made one last night, but we got snowed in, and I can't make one tonight because we got snowed in and I'm stuck at home, so hopefully I'll make another one tomorrow. Updates. Alright, we are, see how much I've had wrote down here. I'm a little further ahead. I didn't write down as much as I should have this weekend, but like I said, I was out of town. I'm on 283 of 58,000, so still got a ways to go. The last video we ended was video 10. We ended at number 200, so I've still got 83 ahead of myself. I'm still 83 ahead of myself, wrote down from reading them. So let's just do like we always do and do 20. Get right into it, and I'll do the best I can to show you the photos on my laptop. Let's see how the quality is, if it's any better than using the phone. Can you guys, let me see how you can see it. I'm trying to see if it, yeah, you can see, okay. It's still going to be backwards, but you guys can see their picture. That's what matters. The name doesn't really matter. As long as you can see their pictures, I'm going to tell you their names. So, it's not the greatest way to do it, but like I said, I can't do it for another day until the snow goes away. Alright, this is 201. This is video 11, by the way, in the 58,000 lives. A tribute to the Fallen Vietnam Veteran series, where we read all of the names of the victims and all the heroes that gave their lives so we may be free. This is 201. This is Corporal Kenneth Stanley Adams, born July 6, 1945, in Santa Barbara, California. He died November 23rd, 1967. He was 22 in Vietnam. He was with Company D, 31st Infantry, 196th LT Infantry Brigade, killed by small arms fire. That's the only information I had. Panel 30E, line 68 of the Vietnam War Memorial. Before we do his moment of silence, if y'all go back to video 5, I say this every time, at the 10:10 mark, you will see a entity/ghost. And then 2 days after that, supposedly right here, one female walked out of my bedroom and disappeared in the front door. I wasn't here, but was seen by one other person and 2 dogs. So there was a ghost behind me 2 days after I seen the entity at the store. So I'm hoping maybe we can catch something on camera like we did at the store. Let's give Corporal Kenneth Stanley Adams a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. I got the German Shepherd here laying beside me. Are you helping me? Give me your head. Are you helping me? Good boy. Are you helping me? Are you helping me? Yeah. Good boy. Alright. This next one is PFC Kenny Milton Adams Jr. I'm being a little quiet because my roommate is asleep. Hopefully the volume on the microphone on these Samsung Galaxies are amazing. This is a 24, and 22 I just had is picked up from a mile away. You can hear everything, so I think the volume's pretty good. There is an ESPN game going on behind me, so let's hope that doesn't interfere, or he's watching YouTube in there. And let's hope the sound of that don't interfere, but I don't think it will. Okay, this is 202. This is PFC Kenny Milton Adams Jr., born June 22nd, 1948 in Boyd, Texas. He died November 26, 1968. He was 20. In Quang Tri, Vietnam. I'm going to try and do 2 videos tonight, by the way. See if I can do 20 and then 20. At least have 2 videos extra in the back in the bag next time we have a snow like this. I'll at least upload one of them and save the other one for another day. He was with E Company, 2nd Battalion, 4th Marine Regiment, 3rd Marine Division. Non-hostile accidental homicide. The only thing I could get from this story was gunshot wounds sustained previous day from accidental discharge of a .45 caliber pistol by another person. Don't know who the other person was, so they was probably cleaning the gun or something, because it does say accidental, but accidentally shot by .45 cal. But it was accidental homicide, so I don't know if the other person was charged for it or whatever. I don't know. It wouldn't give me that information. He's on panel 38W, line 63 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Private First Class Kenny Milton Adams a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay. This next one is SP4 Larry Adams. He was born May 3rd, 1949. He died in Vietnam February 23rd, 1968. He was 18. He was with Company B, 229th Aviation Battalion, 1st Cavalry Division. Could not find any information on his passing, so I do not know what happened. He's on panel 40E, line 72 of the Vietnam Wall Memorial. Let's give SP4 Larry Adams a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay. This next one is Lance Corporal Larry Earl Adams. Okay, yeah, Lance Corporal Larry Earl Adams, born November 16, 1948 in New Albany, Mississippi. Did not know there was a New Albany, Mississippi. Died June 29, 1968. He was 19 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. He was with D Company, 1st Battalion, 26th Marine Regiment, 3rd Marine Division. Larry died from a gunshot wound from hostile small arms fire while on patrol. It's the only story I could find. He's on panel 54W, line 14 of the Vietnam Wall Memorial. Let's give Lance Corporal Larry Adams a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay. This is First Lieutenant Lee Aaron Adams. Born July 29, 1938. Wiltz, California. Died April 19, 1966. He was 27. Vietnam. Oh my goodness, the words I wrote down doesn't make any sense. First, Lievtenano. I don't know what that means. 33rd TF Squadron. That might be the name of his plane. I don't know. He was flying a bombing mission in a F-150D over North Vietnam. His aircraft was observed crashing with no ejection seen and no emergency beeper signals heard. He was listed as MIA until October 6, 1993, and was identified March 17, 2005. I need to get a star on that one because that one deserves an extra story for the podcast. Like I said, I'm going to do some podcasts coming up of the ones I wrote stars on. The ones I actually have good stories, not good stories, but actual real stories on that I can get. I'll do a podcast on those later. He's on panel 6E, line 122 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give First Lieutenant Lee Aaron Adams a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is 206. We're going to go to 220 on this video. This is 206, Private First Class Lee Chester Adams. Okay, I'm sorry that the words are backwards. Born September 12, 1947 in Vance, Mississippi. Died April 19, 1968. He was 20. Quang Tri, Vietnam. He was with G Company, 2nd Battalion, 9th Marine Regiment, 3rd Marine Division. During a combat mission, Golf Company set up a night defensive position when incoming mortar fire began. Lee died from frag wounds from mortar attack. He's on panel 50E, line 44. Let's give Private First Class Lee Chester Adams a moment of silence. And thank him for his service to our country. Okay, this is 2nd Lieutenant Lee Scott Adams. I really can't see if the clarity is good because the camera takes up my whole space. I'm going to make sure what video to end on here. We ended the last one on 200. So 221 will be the next video. To make sure, I always have to go back because I forget. Gosh, how many pages do I have? 221 will be video 12. Okay. 2nd Lieutenant Lee Scott Adams was born March 3rd, 1947, Pennsylvania. He died, his home record was Pottstown. All I had on his birth was Pennsylvania. He died April 6, 1968. He was 21 in Quang Tri, Vietnam. He's with the 1st Cavalry, 1st Cavalry Division, 7th Cavalry Regiment, 2nd Battalion B Company. KIA, multiple frag wounds is all I could find on it. Information. He's on panel 48E, line 26 of the Vietnam War Memorial. Give 2nd Lieutenant Lee Scott Adams, my apologies, a moment of silence. We thank him for his service to our country. Okay. Everything is saved on Google Photos, so that's why I'm able to go from phone to computer. I save up my screenshot on my phone, so thank gosh for Google Photos, so I can use any device that has Google on it to use to show you guys their faces, because you have to do it with faces. That's the only thing that's right, in my opinion. You want to show their face. Put a picture with a name. That curtain is moving, but I think it's the air blowing from the back door. But it's definitely moving. Okay. This is SP4 Leon Henry Adams. He was born August 18, 1949 in Salt Lake City, Utah. He died June 9, 1969. He was 19. Vietnam. He was with C Company, 2nd Battalion, 2nd Infantry. He died from multiple frag wounds. He's on panel 23W, line 116 of the War Memorial. Let's give SP4 Leon Henry Adams a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. I can see my Rambo, my German Shepherd, in there in the other room from the mirror. Oh, here he comes. You see me wave at him. Listen. Oh, no, he just laid down. That little turd. He see me waving. I was like, oh, here he comes. But no, he laid down. We thank him for his service, too. But yeah, what I was trying to say is I have a professional microphone on my gaming PC. And I think the microphone on here picks up better than the microphone on my past videos where I'm talking into the actual microphone. That's crazy, right? This is Sergeant Merritt Adams. He was born December 5th, 1950 in Center Road. Why not Center RD, North Carolina? It says Home of Records, Fayetteville, but I have Central RD, Center Road, North Carolina. I don't know if that's a town or not. He died September the 10th, 1970. He was 19 in Quang Ton, Vietnam. He was a D Company, 2nd Battalion, 503rd Infantry Regiment, 173rd Airborne Brigade. Died from undetermined explosion. That's all I got on the information. He's on panel 7W, line 51 of the War Memorial. Let's give Sergeant Merritt Adams a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. This is PFC Michael Drew Adams. Let me check and see the quality of If I get it close enough, I think the quality is getting better. Maybe I have to go all the way up on the camera. All right, this is PFC. Michael Drew Adams, born September 12, 1950 in Kermit, Texas. Great name for a town, right? He died September is not a month. February 20, 1969, he was 18 in Cahan Hua, Vietnam. He was with Unit B Company, 3rd Battalion, 47th Infantry, 9th Infantry Division. He died from small arms fire. He's on panel W32, line 63 of the War Memorial. Let's give PFC Michael Drew Adams a moment of silence. I about knocked the phone over. And give him a moment of silence. I just did that. And thank him for his service. This next one's got a pretty good paragraph, so I'm going to go ahead and start that because anything with a big story is going to be good information for a podcast. This is Sergeant Michael Edward, a.k.a. Butch Adams. Michael Edward Adams, a.k.a. Butch. He was born August 20th, 1948 in Madison County, Illinois. Pick this book up a little bit and read it. I can read it on the camera a little bit more. He died November 19, 1967. He was 19 in Quang Tung, Vietnam. Okay, you got a big story here. He was a C Company, 2nd Battalion, 173rd Brigade, 503rd Infantry Division. He was part of an assault on Hill 875. When 200 meters from the top, machine gunners opened fire. They were using B-40 rockets and 57mm rifle fire. Company C and D dropped to the ground firing whatever they could. Why does it feel like I did this one already? Company A, at the bottom of the hill, were assaulted on by the hidden enemy. They had walked into an ambush on all sides. PFC Lazada stayed back after retreat and refused to leave and was killed. He was awarded the Medal of Honor. 6 H-1 Hueys were shot down trying to reach the men. The worst friendly fire of the whole war happened. An A-4 Skyhawk dropped 2 500-pound Mark 81 snake bombs on their perimeter. One of the bombs exploded onto the troops. Wounded and medics were located. Where the wounded and medics were located. 42 died and 45 wounded. A chaplain was killed while administering care to the wounded and was trying to retrieve them. He was also awarded the Medal of Honor. Sergeant Adams was one of the many that died on that hill. 125 died on the hill. 2 Medal of Honors, 1 Bronze Star, a Distinguished Service Cross were awarded. All from that one battle. He's on panel 30E, line 21 of the War Memorial. Let's give Sergeant Michael Edward Butch Adams a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. I did read that, but I think I might have read it on live. I can't keep up. I do reads on lives. I think I did that on TikTok Live, and that's the reason why I feel like I did it on YouTube. But I know it didn't because I'm only on video. I'm on video 11. I did video 10 last week. So I have to be correct. It just feels like I'm not correct. But I'm pretty sure I'm correct. It just feels weird that I read that already. I don't know. But that's a crazy story. 125 died on that one hill. But 2 Medal of Honor award winners come from that. No, I'm not doing the update. Thank you. Get out of here. Okay, this next one is Corporal Michael Eugene Adams. He was born December 12, 1946. He died September 17, 1968. He was 21 in Quang Tri, Vietnam. He was with HML 367, MAG 36, 1st Marine Air Wing, 111th Marine Amphibious Force. Died when his helicopter crashed, non-hostile. Only information I could find on it. He's on line 43W. Oh, sorry, apologize. He's on panel 43W, line 11 of the War Memorial in Washington, D.C. If you want to look him up, if you go visit it, it's worth it. Been twice. We'll go a third time. Okay. These are going to run together after. I'm only done 200, and when I get 20,000 into 58,000, it's going to seem like they run together. That's okay. I'm not going to stop till I get them all done. This is Captain Michael Thomas Adams. He was born March 28, 1943 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Died May 4th, 1969. He was 26 in Laos. Laos. I don't know how to pronounce that. I know it. I just forgot it all of a sudden. He was 188 Tactical Fire Squadron. He was shot down. Their squad lost 4 F-100s. 2 shot down. 1 pilot was rescued. The other 2 were diverted by weather and were never seen again. They think it was a mid-air collision. He was scheduled to come home on May 20th, 16 days after he was killed. So let's slow that down. 4 F-100s were flying. 2 were shot down. 1 pilot was rescued. 2 shot down, so there was 2 left. 1 pilot rescued, the other 2 were... Okay, I got it. So 4 F-100s crashed. 4 F-100s were flying. 2 were shot down by enemy fire. 1 of the pilots was rescued out of those 2. The other 2 of the F-100s were diverted by weather and were never seen again, so they either collided with each other or got shot down. They don't know. But he was supposed to come home 16 days after that mission, so that's insane. He's on panel 26W, line 109 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Captain Michael Thomas Adams a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay. This is Staff Sergeant Neil Adams Jr. He was born May 27, 1934 in Columbus, Georgia. Died June 30th, 1971. He was... Looks like I wrote 37. Very, very terrible writing, but I think it's 37. Doing the math. Tay Nguyen, Vietnam. He's a 25th Infantry Division. Died as a result of non-hostile stroke. So he died of a medical issue. He's on panel 3W, line 118 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Staff Sergeant Neil Adams Jr. a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is Sergeant Norman Edward Adams. He was born September 18, 1943 in Isabel, Oklahoma. Idabel. I don't have Isabel. I do have Isabel wrote down. But the thing says Idabel, so let's change that. Idabel, Oklahoma. Died January 18, 1968. He was 24 in Japan. He's with the L Troop 3rd Squadron, 11th Armored Cavalry. Died from a non-hostile vehicle crash. He was a passenger in a military vehicle that exploded and burned. Non-hostile, so they just crashed on the road. He died from his burns. That's an awful way to die. Drowning and fire, 2 of the worst ways. He's on panel 34E, line 66. I'll repeat that since I was yawning. Panel 34E, line 66 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Sergeant Norman Edward Adams a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. This is Staff Sergeant Ole Neil Adams. What was our first name? Ole Neil Adams. Born June 27, 1937. Don't have where he died, but his home record was Green City, Missouri. Where was that? Where did I lose that on here? Okay, there. I had to lose my spot for a second. Died June 17, 1966. He was 28 in Vietnam. A C-130E Hercules carrying 14 service members were en route to Okinawa, Japan. 20 minutes after takeoff, the C-130 exploded for unknown reasons and crashed into the South China Sea. Nearby ships assisted in rescue operations and recovered the remains of 2 members. The other 12 remain unaccounted for, including Sergeant Adams. That's going to get a star. Exploded for unknown reasons. That's once again more casualties, non-hostile. He's on panel 8E, line 55 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Staff Sergeant Ole Neil Adams, a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. This is SP4 Paul Edwin Adams. Born November 21st, 1946. Died April 18th, 1968. He was 21. I know where he was born, so his home record is Garden Grove, California. He's with the 199th Light Infantry Brigade, 3rd Battalion, 7th Infantry C Company. Died from hostile small arms fire. That's all I got. He's on panel 50E, line 36 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give SP4 Paul Edwin Adams a moment of silence. Thank him for his service to our country. This is Sergeant Paul Vernon Adams. Born July 25th, 1949. Died March 7th, 1970. He was 20 in Japan. He was a Company D, 503rd Infantry, 173rd Airborne Brigade Infantry Squadron Leader. Died from hostile wounds, explosive device. Only information I could get. It's on panel 13W, line 90 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Sergeant Paul Vernon Adams a moment of silence and thank him for his service. This is Lance Corporal Peter Robert Adams. He was born August 16, 1949 in Boston, Massachusetts. He died May 31st, 1969. He was 19 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. 3rd Platoon, B Company, 1st Battalion, 1st Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division. While on patrol, he tripped an enemy booby trap, 105mm round. What is this? Is this the same person I have? Let me make sure. Yeah. Oh, I have an extra story below it. That's what it is. During Operation Pipestone Canyon, he died from multiple frag wounds to the body. He was featured in the June 29, 1969 Life magazine article entitled "Faces of the American Died in Vietnam: 1 Week's Toll." Okay, so he was on the cover of Time magazine's June 27th Life magazine, not Time, Life magazine article entitled "Faces of the American Dead in Vietnam." It did have a picture of it, but I didn't save it. I don't think. I want to make sure. No, I did not. Let's give Lance Corporal Peter Robert Adams a moment of silence. Thank him for his service. I think I did say he was on panel 23W, line 24. I hope. Okay, this is the last one of this video. This is number 220. This is Corporal Philip Francis Adams. Born October 29, 1947 in Croton Falls, New York. Well, that's a good name of a town. Died November 23rd, 1967. He was 20 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. D Company 4th Battalion, 31st Infantry Regiment, 169th Infantry Brigade. Died from small arms fire. Only information I could get. He's on panel 30E, line 68 of the Wall Memorial. You guys definitely need to visit the Wall Memorial if you have not been. If you just go to Washington, make sure you take the time to go look at that. Also go to Arlington, but if you go, most people go see Lincoln at the memorial, the Lincoln reflecting pool and all that stuff. When you see Lincoln's memorial, when you're standing at the steps, take a right and run on the sidewalk. Right around the corner is the Wall Memorial. It's really nice. It's really cool to see. You can look at people's names and stuff on there, which is basically what I'm doing. And it's really emotional, and I will go a third time. I will not go there without going, no matter what. So, well, thank y'all for doing another 20 heroes with me, and we got a long ways to go. We'll start video 12, number 221, either right now or tomorrow or whenever I get to it. And like I said, I'm on 280, so I will keep writing names down till we get to 58,000. Then we'll do another series of another place like Arlington or something. Okay. thank you guys for watching. And if you like this, subscribe and share it and comment whatever you think, and hit the button where you can be notified of every time I go live or every time I do these videos. Sometimes I do them live, sometimes I upload them, so you won't miss any of them. No ghost yet.